Okay, I'm going to take it this week. I'm going to take the reins. Yeah? You cool with that?
Yep.
Okay. Spy? Yeah, Spy. 2015, Melissa McCarthy. Melissa McCarthy joined. This is, I think it's her first collaboration with Paul Feig, who directed this after Bridesmaids, which also had Rose Byrne in it. She was in this one, and she was fucking fantastic as always. Jude Law, Jason Statham. A lot of other talented actors. I won't run off the list, but yeah, you suggested this one to me. This was my pick to watch for the week, and gotta say, man, kudos. This was laugh out loud multiple times throughout the movie, which I rarely experience now, but the amount of one-liners in this blew my mind. And it's humbling, you know, as you call it, wannabe aspiring writer, which I kind of label myself as well, to see something like this, and there is a joke a minute, and most of them work, and it's just on point. It was so enjoyable to watch.
You've got to watch the outtakes.
Oh my God, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You see him feeding lines. It's great. And he comes up with the lines. He's feeding the actor's lines, you know, off camera. It's great.
So Paul Feig is doing this.
Yeah, you see it it's for the actors, it's probably easier because they don't have to memorize lines because he's legitimately like, here, say this. No, try this one. You know, he does the classic, like, take 5 takes of, you know, 5 lines and then keeps his favorites. And he kept the right ones, you know.
Yeah, it's great. I was going to say their interaction in the shitty Paris hotel when Melissa McCarthy's character meets Statham, he's in there sitting in the dark, and it's just that back and forth. And then when he goes out in the hall and he's leaving and they have that little exchange in the hallway, it was so smart and so well done.
Yeah, take a piano at a late age.
Oh,
I just love the cat. Like I said, like, how the hell are you, like, as a director, like, you know who I want? Jason Statham, the action star, because he's perfect for it. He talks about why he gets him too, but it is funny. Like, Statham's funny, you know?
He is. He works. And that's one thing that I find interesting about comedy. And I was trying to pay attention more to him because obviously he plays these badass action characters. Is he really trying to play comedic, or is he just playing it straight serious, but everything he's saying is so fucking funny that it just works? Yeah, I couldn't really tell here. I think he was really subtle in playing it slightly comedic, and it just worked. And I mean, he, you know, when I saw that he was in this, I was just like, okay, I mean, how will he do in this? But man, he really just, he nailed it.
Yeah, I guess, like, writing like this, and I'm glad you watched it for the reason you said, like, laugh out loud. I have one movies I saved, like, comedy is not comedy anymore. We talked about it with the director of The Joker, who was director of a lot of comedies, because he said that. And he's right. Like, I haven't watched anything in the past 5 years that can muster that kind of laugh out loud nonstop. You know, it was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's hard to get that.
It really is. And I remember her from Bridesmaids, which I liked. I don't know if you were into it, but for me, Rose Byrne stole the show here. I mean, someone, in my opinion, so gorgeous can be so incredibly funny is just so refreshing to see. She's so good in her little subtle deliveries on the plane when they're going back and forth and she shows a picture of her mother. It's just, oh my God. It was great. I mean, there were multiple scenes in this movie that I had to rewind, go back and watch like 3 or 4 times because they were so funny, so fresh.
Yeah, and again, you're objective about that, and you're not obsessed with Rose Byrne, and you're not subjectively.
She's number one for me, 100%. And after this, it just made it worse. It just made it worse. I'm officially obsessed with Rose Byrne. Yeah.
Okay, and I will say, yeah, Bridesmaids, I love to death. And who is the actress?
Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig wrote the screenplay, which is impressive.
I didn't know that. She wrote it by herself. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she had help, but I think if you look at credits, it's just her. Maybe she directed. I'm pretty sure it's her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Bridesmaids, and it's rare. It's just great to see that. And the classic, I can be that guy. Women are not funny. Generally speaking, that's true at 99.9% of the time, but there's some that are, and these ones are. They did a good job. Some of the negatives, I'll say, I really, really, really think the worst cast person was the villain.
Bobby Cannavale.
Yeah, I don't care for the actor or his role. I knew he was important, but something about him, even his outtakes, I don't like. I don't like the guy. Yeah, I thought he was oddly casted.
Yeah, I'm kind of viewing him as an arch nemesis because he is married to Rose Byrne. So.
Oh, really?
Fuck that guy. Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
So
Very envious. But he was in a show for Hulu, which also had Nicole Kidman in it, Melissa McCarthy. I think she produced it. I'm dropping the name of it, man, but he was really good in that. I agree with you on this one. I think it was kind of an odd casting choice, but he didn't have a major role in it. I did like his run at the end to the helicopter. I thought that was funny how he kind of had his arms up on the side. It was very subtle, just kind of a flamboyant touch that I think was pretty funny. But yeah, I think the casting could have been a little bit better there. I agree.
yeah, it threw me off. Apparently, I'm looking at his now. He was, I don't know, some Tony Award plays and whatnot.
Yeah, he's a big Broadway actor. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So there you go. He's probably just a beard for Rose Byrne. So don't worry, you still have a shot.
I'm not giving up, man.
I thought also, again, Jude Law. You see the outtakes too, where he's like, did you clean out the cat litter box or something? And he's like, why did I think you had cats? Yeah, I'm sorry. Melissa McCarthy, the subtlety, like that scene where he's like looking at her necklace and he pulls her in and she like, the chair comes out and she like leans in.
She's brilliant. Great. She's brilliant. Yeah, I want to say she started at the Groundlings, I think, in Los Angeles. She was a part of that, like Dax Shepard, Amy Poehler, a bunch of really uber successful people came out of that improv group. But yeah, she's special, man. She never fails to, bring on a laugh. And her husband made a little cameo in this. I thought it was kind of interesting. I don't know if you noticed that or even knew who her husband was.
Yeah, I know who her husband is. Yep, he was in Bridesmaids too.
I know he's a big time writer and does some directing as well.
I know he did that. That's interesting. Yeah, I knew they were married. Yeah, and I like it, but it's also a shame because I go back to it so many times because I can't find good modern comedies anymore. Besides this one and some, a few select others.
I know, man. And I just noticed, I don't know if there's any truth to this, but I mean, if IMDb is true or not, but it said that they're working on Spy 2, which is cool.
Name a funny sequel you've seen.
Name one funny sequel?
Yep.
The Hangover Part 2, was that good? No, it was all right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let that one sit. I'm sure I can think of one, but yeah. I mean, you can't recapture the magic of the original, and that's the great thing about comedies is, the original is always the best. Yeah.
Well, the problem, too, is what writers do is they try to lend to the old jokes as to the old characters. The characters and their dialogue is what's funny. So what you do is you carry that to the second film. What you don't carry is the specific jokes themselves or the tropes that they did. And they'll do that. They'll carry an example kind of opposite of the on subject is Jurassic Park. You got the water that's vibrating when the Tyrannosaurus Rex walks. You don't have to capture that scene again. You could capture the essence of it, but you don't capture the exact thing. In comedies, we'll capture exact jokes again, right?
That is true.
So the necklace will return, right? Or like the cat joke or something, and I'm like, or the wine choosing, a lot of different things, and they'll choose the same jokes again, and that's what I think kills it because I think they're doing fan service, and I'm like, continue the characters in the story because that's what's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. That's one thing I've noticed in comedies is most sequels are just the same movie over and over again, just in a different setting with a few changes. I mean, it's a cash grab, right? I mean, the studio wants another movie, so they make another movie with the same people, and audiences love to laugh, so they'll go see it. They'll buy the ticket. Seems like a pretty simple formula.
Yeah.
Okay, so
anyway,
down to one of the most important questions here that we need to address. Okay, what is your porn star name?
That's giving way too much. Isn't it like the name of your street and what?
The name of your street. Okay, first, it's the name of your first pet, usually a dog. Last name is the name of your street. So in this one, it's Meatball Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard is her porn star name.
Yeah, mine is Nike Baldwin.
That's actually pretty good, I think. Can you hold up? Nike Baldwin?
Yeah.
Wow. And you've got kind of a Baldwin essence about you. That's really interesting.
What is a Baldwin essence?
I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah, like that little, you can do that 5 o'clock shadow thing. You got the dark hair, the eyes. I can see it. Okay. That's really funny.
Nike Baldwin. I only wear track suits.
Okay.
What about you? What are yours?
Tex Wood Creek.
It's like the the southern like white trash porn star.
It works. I think that's my new gimmick. You know, we're potentially going to move to Vegas here, so Tex Wood Creek could be my name in Vegas.
Yeah, you'd be niche for sure.
I'm down with it. It's legal, right? Male prostitution is legal. I can put my little profile up on whatever gimmick they have and see if I get any responses. I don't know. What do you think?
Prostitution is legal in Vegas, is it? Unless it's like managed or whatever, like in certain places.
I think it has to be at a brothel. I haven't researched this that much, just so you know. But yeah. But I'm pretty sure. No, dude. I mean, yeah. There's really no point in going down the plot of this. It's watchable for some really amazing laughs for about 2 hours, which really went by quickly for me. I'll definitely watch it again, and I'll go for the sequel when it comes out because the people involved, seem to be incredibly talented. But I don't know. Is there anything else you wanna talk about plot wise, or anything specific about the movie?
Yeah, I was gonna say just the beginning is great too. How they make you think, okay, I'm in a spy movie, and then he sneezes and shoots the guy. Yeah, that was good. That was good. Yeah, and Jude Law was so good in this. He was really great. He's one of my favorite actors. Yeah, and he looks similar, scary. Yeah, you used to see him in everything back in the day, but he doesn't seem to do too much anymore. I guess he's made his money and moved on. He does stuff. Yeah, he's great. Anyway, let's get on to ratings. You go first. Okay, I'm going 7.6 on this one. I think that's a really respectable score, high score for a comedy. 7.6. Well, like Roger Ebert, may his, rest in peace, who I think is great. I'm going to review things on individual movies, not like in comparison to other movies, right? So I give it an 8 for what it is. 8 even. Okay. Yeah. I think it was very good, which is 8 for me. Very good comedy. Again, this is like, because I think, let's say I give 8 to some other like best movie on AFI's top 5. And you're like, how could you do that? I'm like, well, because I look at this for the comedy movie it is, right? And I give it an 8 for that. And there's other movies that get they're based on what they're supposed to be. Yeah. So, yeah, I like that. This is one of the best comedies I've seen in a long time, and I hope there are more to come because you're right. We need more good comedies out there because, man, it feels good to laugh, and especially nowadays. All right, so what's going on for next week? Okay, so I'm going to do something unique because I don't know if you've seen either of these. If you haven't seen the first one that I name, then we'll just roll with that one, and I'll tuck the other one away for a future date. Annihilation. Oh, I've seen this front cover. Okay. I've never seen the movie either, so this is going to be one of those that neither of us have seen. I don't know. I just read a little pitch about it the other day, and it was intriguing. I think the director may have done Ex Machina as well, which I loved. So I haven't watched Ex Machina, and I know I need to. It's on my list. Okay. But I am looking. Apparently, he wrote Dread and produced it, which I told you to watch. There you go. Wow, I didn't know that. Cool. The Beach as well. Yeah. He rewrote the novel for The Beach. I remember reading. I've read about Alex Gallery before. Okay. Annihilation. We got 1 week. It's a big one. All right, let's do it. Beautiful. And make a deal with me. I'm going to do the same. And let's try to do this moving forward because I think this is good. You didn't watch the trailer of Place Beyond the Pines before you saw the movie. Let's try to avoid any sort of trailers or any footage or anything like that of any of these movies just to lower expectations and go in completely blind. How's that sound? Yeah, it works for me, and I always do. Like I said, I just looked at its Rotten Tomatoes, and that's it. Now I'm done until I watch it. I'm just going to watch it and see. Beautiful. All right, man. Let's get into this. So it'll be 7 days. We'll watch this and give it some honest feedback. Down. Let's do it. Beautiful. All right. Thanks, man. Later. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes in the links below.